and we made it.
Well, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory won a trophy.
Well, you cashing his golden ticket. I gotta go
Come with me, and you'll see. Marcus, this is not the thumbnail I really wanted. The thumbnail I really wanted looks really shit, but it made me laugh when I created it.
That looks like they hung a man. Excuse me, what's going on here?
Yeah, but look at Darby's face.
Oh! It's working! It's working!
Welcome, everyone, to the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. I'm Lord Manny Hayes. He is
Marcus, the grand finale. And before the show even begins, I told Manny something that I haven't told anybody, but I may as well expose it to the world. I put in my application. I am the new Alex Jones. In fact, there's probably an application for the black Alex Jones, and I am taking that position. So expect all conspiracy theories to come through me and out of me without any filter whatsoever, or facts, or anything behind it. I can't wait. I'm excited. If I get this job, Manny, at the black Alex Jones, we all go up. We all go up.
And we also want to welcome you to Lethal Leap Year.
Oh, yeah! I forgot. This is that extra day of Black History Month where I can shimmy.
You shimmy, but you might also get whipped going by the history of what's happened this week to black wrestlers this week.
It's been rough. It's been the end of the month. It is the end of Black History Month, and they wanted to prove it this week by just beating the hell out of all the black wrestlers this week. All of them. Not one good thing has happened to a black wrestler this week. The Rock returns on Friday, the first day of March, and that may have been the only positive black thing we could have.
Yeah, you say that, but at this moment in time, he's not acknowledging that black.
Oh yeah, that's true.
He's acknowledging the Samoan dynasty, that story that's going on.
My favorite thing about his black family or his family tree involved none of the black side at all. None of the Johnson family were in there. His brother, his cousin.
No, Rocky Johnson was on there. Rocky Johnson was on there.
Yeah, but you would think that Rocky Johnson had other family members. He's not a soul. I mean, his name was Soul Man Rocky Johnson, but it wasn't spelled SOLE. Soul. That's his last person left. Jesus, Rock, put your black side in there. It was Black History Month. You couldn't put the black family in there. You couldn't put your brother Craig or Snook or Nook or Pookie or none of those guys in there. Conrad couldn't get in the family tree.
You couldn't put
Conrad.
Family
Every black person has a Pookie. It's fine. They're dying out. Leon couldn't be on there.
Tyrone.
Draymond. Come on.
Do you know what? Draymond needs to be in the bloodline. The most dangerous pair of hands. He is the most dangerous pair of hands next to Solo.
Yeah, I think he would be the best version of Solo Sikoa. I honestly think Draymond should consider just doing the wrestling. He works for TNT. AEW is on TNT unless their TV deal runs out, which, where the fuck is the update on that? He would be perfect. Perfect. You put him on as an analyst for a little bit, and he's just talking about stuff. Next thing you know, Draymond has to get a little physical, like Draymond always has to do. And you say, Marcus, when's the announcer ever has to get physical, or a play-by-play guy? I don't know. When's a basketball player got to choke somebody? Just ask Draymond, and he would tell you he'd fit in. He'd fit in. Put him in the Blackpool Combat Club.
There is news, but I don't exactly know the exact details of why this is happening. But the American government are going to I didn't think we'd cover stories like this. Yeah, they're going to withdraw 20 work permits belonging to 20 CMLL stars, which will affect whatever is going on between the program that CMLL and AEW are currently working.
Tony, you're a billionaire. Fix this. Just fix it. Throw some money at him. If you really care about these CMLL guys, you throw money at him and it'll be solved. But I don't think he cares at this point. These guys aren't draws. This may be a blessing in disguise that Tony has to actually use people that he paid under contract under his rule to use. I
What?
just
How
think,
dare he? How dare he
yeah.
do something that's logical and reasonable?
I mean, you signed all these people. You have all these names. Every top wrestler free agent in the world that has been available at any given point. It'd be nice, use them. Or here's another catch. Not just talk about men. Maybe we'll put the women in these segments instead of the CMLL guys.
That ain't happening. That ain't happening.
I can see
that ain't happening.
That's where I draw the line. You crazy? Maybe we could have got a timeless Tony Storm segment this week, Manny. Maybe we could have heard from Deanna Purrazzo this week. Or maybe, we could have teased more of...
Yeah. I didn't even realize that was not on.
Yeah, our women's segment had nothing to do with what's been going on the past 3 months in Dynamite, Manny. Had nothing to do with it. Maybe we could get a Julia Hart match. Or maybe Tyler Valkyrie could come back and not just be there for one night only. Or where's Athena? Or, where's all the people? Maybe Lee Moriarty and Shane Taylor Promotions can make an appearance on Dynamite. It's ridiculous. Nope. The CMLL guys are our whole companies and shit.
Sean Spears says it's a revolution.
Whoa. One, you can't call nobody Sean Spears.
There's 3 faces, and the 3 faces gimmick on NXT is now Sean Spears. Therefore, Jamal is Sean Spears.
No. And I was waiting for NXT to touch on that before I just rant and rave. And Jamal, I'm sorry what has happened to your name. And what I just want to say that right now. But there will be a huge rant when we cover NXT. There will be a huge rant when I cover NXT. Just know that. Whatever I'm saying on Dynamite, because I'm going to tell you right now, Dynamite has won the midweek war. And you watch the shit I say about this show. Just because.
The show opens up with Hangman Adam Page. He claims he's not able to compete at Revolution as he comes out with a crutch. Swerve comes out, says he targeted him because of everything he had accomplished in AEW, and you can't escape fate. You can't stop destiny, and his destiny awaits him this Sunday as he becomes AEW World Champion. Samoa Joe comes out, claims to be a bad father, as those two are hungry, and it's because he is starving them.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, tell Fat Man.
And as long as he has that title, there isn't going to be any meals come dinner time.
Yeah.
And then Swerve decides to let him know that he's not only a career maker, he's a career changer. Where he takes the title off Joe, he won't know what to do. He might want to do commentary again and wear a poncho again.
I don't see anything undignified about what Samoa Joe did. He can't help it rained that day. He would have did what anybody else would have did. We all would have been out there in the rain. How dare you, Swerve?
And then Hangman hits him with his crutch. Swerve got swerved as the Hangman's leg is fine.
Manny, was there any question that Hangman was hurt?
I mean, they played it off last week. He was trying to play it off last week, and then Fightful came out and said he's totally fine. And then Jerry Lynn got angry.
I didn't know the Jerry Lynn part. Yeah, I heard the other stuff.
Jerry Lynn got angry because it was like, what if we were trying to run an angle? Or what if we were trying to do this? And stuff like that. And you kind of just ruined it. And that's where we are with that.
Well, what did he fucking do? There are people not being able to shut up. That's on you. All you had to do is have one person say, yeah, Hangman is hurt. One of the sources. Everybody, I'm keeping this title that Hangman's hurt. But no, everybody goes immediately to the papers, immediately to Twitter, immediately to Meltzer or whoever, and be like, yeah, this is an angle. Don't worry about it. It's all storyline. Don't worry. But this whole injury, the whole plan was for, what if Swerve would have just been like, oh, that sucks. Or whatever, I don't care, and never went to the ring. Hangman's like, well, this didn't work. I'll be there Sunday. What would have been your plan? Swerve wasn't scheduled to come out. Hangman came out there to address the people and say he's injured. Okay, Will Swerve and Nana and Joe all said, well, I wish Tony would have told us this so we could be prepared for the match and not been walked out to the ring. Hangman would just been out there. Well, anybody coming out? Damn. I guess I'll walk out. I'm just saying.
And then a match that felt like it went on forever was the Blackpool Combat Club versus FTR and Eddie Kingston.
It did.
It went on for ages.
It's still going on, I heard. I started still going on. I guess we're progressing the storyline between all these people. A storyline between all these people that I will admit that I give 2-0 fucks about. In fact, if I could give less of fucks about this storyline, I would be watching NWA. I'll be honest, I could care less. I could care less about anything. It just went on, and I was like, just tell me why this is happening. Tell me why Eddie Kingston's carrying 3 belts. I know why he's got 3 belts, but why? Tell me why Bryan Danielson wants these 3 belts or hates Eddie Kingston. I understand they do it on Collision or whatever, but I could have just been happy with a vignette. I didn't need this long, lengthy match. I don't need to see people trading chops back and forth. I don't
know. I didn't like this
it's
match.
Fine. It was fine. There was nothing wrong with the match. Just care less about anybody involved.
The Young Bucks are sting hunting. As Will Ospreay comes out, he lists his triumphs in AEW. Then Don Callis and his family come out. Don says to top the match against Jericho at Wembley, they have to have a match of a decade, not a match of the month, not a match of the year, match of the decade between Takeshita and Ospreay. And they have an awkward standoff. I just thought it was stupid.
Yeah, Takeshita wasn't having it, and whatever the standoff is, and I just think that they have too many people and they don't know what to do with it. I think Takeshita's going to lose to Ospreay, obviously, at Revolution, and it's going to, I guess, make him mad.
It's going to start the beef between the family. So dumb.
Yeah, but I'm not sure what's the next AEW pay-per-view. Is it Double or Nothing? I don't know where we at with their numbers.
In Full Gear.
No, we just did Full Gear.
All Out.
Are we going all the way to All Out? So here's my question: with them being, so top heavy, they're bringing in Okada in March. They have Ospreay, Swerve, and Joe, and Hank and Joel. I don't know why I said that. The title. By Wembley, are we going Ospreay versus Swerve for the main event? And where Swerve loses to Ospreay? Because I can't see Ospreay losing. Where are we going with all this? We're busting down the line. No, I was thinking it's long term.
There's too many injuries and everything going on in AEW. It's hard to tell what the hell's going on.
Yeah. So by Wembley, how is Ospreay going to be? Who's he going to be for that title? Is it Joe? Or is Joe losing this weekend? Like, I can see Joe lose this weekend.
Yeah, Joe. I think Joe's definitely going to lose this weekend. Joe isn't Joe is a transitional champion. He is not a world champion at this age.
Yeah, but you know what? I enjoyed his promo this week, but he doesn't feel like the guy.
I enjoyed it, but he's of that age now where he's too injury prone. The fact that I don't think he's the guy. Like, you look at everyone that's around him, look like they're belt carriers. He looks just like the transitional champion.
Yeah, but I'm going all the way back to when MJF dropped the title. Like, MJF should still be champion, even though he's injured and whatnot. It does seem like a come down that Joe's the champion. Like, anybody that beats Joe, I don't feel like is elevated at all, as if they were going to beat MJF or anybody else in their roster. Because their roster is stacked.
Joe was a TV champion literally 2 months ago.
Gave that belt away. Cashed in.
Didn't want to give it
I don't
to Keith
think
Lee.
it's too much. I feel like it's more than...
Didn't want to lose to Keith Lee. No, he just dropped it. Piece of shit.
God damn, I'm not losing to Keith Lee. He basically pulled a Grandmaster Leak. Not losing to Keith Lee. But yeah, moving on.
Why did Orange Cassidy have to defend his title against Nick Wayne?
Yeah, well, what? Yeah, I don't understand any of these Orange Cassidy defenses lately. Just and when
Roddy's doing fuck all. What's Roddy done in this time?
He's ran in and got tossed around a few times on each of these times, and I don't even understand what was his motivation or anybody's motivation. Like when the Kingdom ran out, I was like, "What's their motivation here? To help Orange win, or to help Orange lose?" Like it didn't. It was just like whatever happens. It doesn't make sense why he's defending his title. And it's not believable that he's going to lose his title when they've been promoting this for like 2 to 3 months because they put this in advance, and yet they have yet to cut a single promo against each other.
No. Orange Cassidy wins after everyone decided to come down to ringside. Roderick Strong attacks Cassidy after the bell. We move on to Chris Statlander versus Sky Blue, which was trash.
So, man, this was your women's match of the week.
It was awful.
Are you satisfied?
I'm not. Think also. Stokely was out there, so I'm immediately happy whenever I see this man. He's just this boring manager now who's trying to cheat, and the other two won't let him. Boring misfits.
Yeah. This match happened. I'm going to say this, and this is a Ryan review of the match. Oh, Sky Blue brought out her cheeks again. I guess she realized she wasn't that interesting. Which I was like, that's a mean thing to say, but it's 100% on character with Ryan.
And then Chris Jericho comes out with to face off against Atlantis Jr.
All right, here we go, man. This is the match.
Who is Atlantis Jr.?
Man, who's Atlantis Senior? Come on, answer that question for me.
I don't know.
The only Atlantis I know is the one that Aquaman rules with an iron fist. Here we go. And what I like to call the nepotism hire moment of the week.
That's not nepotism. That ain't nepotism.
It is. He's what you call him, Junior. He's Atlantis Junior.
Yeah, but it's not nepotism. It's not.
He got that belt, man. He has that belt. He doesn't deserve it.
It's not like Atlantis Senior had a job at AEW.
No, but they got the job. But I'm just saying he got that belt. I don't know, the light heavyweight CMLL champion. He does not look like he's championship material. He looked like he got it on name alone. I was looking at this man. He was basic. I looked like I was looking at Brock Anderson or Brian Pillman Jr. out there doing a basic crossbody, stumbling on ropes. He needed his dad to help him get Jericho up to try to do a powerbomb that was reversed to a Hurricane Rana. His dad cheated for him in the match, even though this was a match about respect and about my child. He decided to tuck Jericho with the towel. Jericho tries to take masks off of him. Again, this is about respect and honor, but yet they're trying to disrespect each other in this whole match. And then it ends with the thing that I called from the beginning of that match. As soon as I saw his dad with the towel, the towel, I was like, oh, he's throwing the towel in to protect his son. That's how this is ending. And I said, this is all bullshit. He couldn't just take the loss. Jericho couldn't just lose or whichever. No one cared about this. It's the worst parts of Jericho, the worst parts of wrestling. And I hated everything about this match. And if I could rant anymore, and if I didn't run out of air, I could continue to talk, but I'm just done. I'm just done. This made me sick. I'm going to tell you right now.
Say, you said it all. Sting. Sting's final Dynamite. So after the Bucks have been hunting Sting all night, they come to taunt some Sting fans. Hiding amongst them is Darby. They nail Darby with an EVP trigger.
Yep.
Out comes Ric Flair.
Yep.
He turns on the Bucks with the slowest punches I've ever seen in my life.
I saw one of the Bucks go to the back and run in and go say, "Oh, I forgot my wallet in the back." Ran to go get it, came back, and Ric Flair was still. It reminded me of, you remember Spider-Man, and when Flash threw that punch and Spider-Man just looks at him going, what the fuck? Yeah. That's what this looked like. Ric Flair was I
believe Nick Jackson was able to tie his shoelace in the time before that punch came.
Yeah.
Sting, and then Nick low blows him. They do terrible stomps on Ric Flair, and then out comes they Sting's music hits. The Bucks think that he's coming from the ramp, so they go to the ramp, and then Sting comes from the rafters.
Yes. Continue.
Yeah, then that happened.
Yeah, and then that's it. Sting, wins. He looks historic. All right, so I'm going to talk about the positives of this segment right off the jump.
There are no positives.
There's a positive on this one. I enjoyed Sting coming from the Raptors with the rope. This was a callback of callbacks that I didn't think I needed in my life one last time, but I got it. I loved it. I haven't seen it, since we've had tragic incidents and stuff about it, but I enjoyed him coming from the sky. With that being said,
who came from the sky the other at WrestleMania?
Yeah, but that was a lame version of what Shawn Michaels did. It's a lame version. This was a cool. I'm just dropping off the sky. I'm Sting one last time. It was cool. I wish it was more theatrical. I wish there was light flickering and whatnot, or I wish we saw him.
The camera work of this was terrible.
Yeah, it was terrible. So now I'm going to go into all the stuff that I just want to say. Just none of this made any sense. Number one, Ric Flair last week going into the Bucks office. What was the plan? What was the plan? Whose plan was this? Oh, I'm gonna get the Bucks on my side. And then what, Rick? And then what? Then I'm gonna come out kill these slow ass punches. Yeah. It's so slow, I don't know how to dodge it. Like I dodged too early, it hit me.
We could have finished the segment with me just throwing this forearm, and you just carried on talking.
Yeah. So anyway, I want to go. I don't know what Ric Flair's plan was with the Bucks, but a thumb to the eye was like the end of the plan. Anyway, he gets punched in the dick and he goes down. Darby Allin. Manny, we were talking about the last Airbender, I believe, either on this show at some point, and Fire Lord Orzol. I can't say his name, whatever. The Fire Lord plan normally time is to sacrifice soldiers. They'd be like, yeah, kill him to get him off. Was that Darby's job this week to just get his ass beaten? They could have took his fucking life. They could have took his life.
When has he ever looked strong in any fight he's been in? He's always taken a beating.
Yeah, but I just don't understand what their plan was. Sting and Darby's was, all right, Darby, you go out there, you wear a mask, and then you can proceed to just get your ass kicked. And okay, where you gonna be at, Sting? I'm gonna be up there in the Raptors. Yeah, and then Ric Flair's gonna come out. And then he's gonna proceed to get his ass kicked too. Now, I don't know how serious the Bucks are. They can't take you out. I know they did stab Ric Flair in the stomach with a bat. They can bash their brains in, and then Sting is left alone. Like, they could have actually committed murder. And Sting, what are you going to do? I'm going to come out. I'm propelled for the roof on the string. What if the Young Bucks don't leave and go up the ramp? Like you think they're going to do? Then I'm a piñata, guys. Like his plan made no sense. None of this made any sense. Like if he went to come down and the Bucks were in the ring, oh, Sting! I'm defenseless. Just hanging up. The Young Bucks could have killed Sting tonight and it would have been up. But I guess all things worked out because a well-executed plan, man. This is one of the worst plans I've ever seen in my life. Absolutely horrible.
No. Marcus, the Gerald Briscoe Patterson plan is this plan. Because we all know that plan was probably the worst plan ever.
We got chairs.
I've got a plan. Here's a chair.
Yeah, you know what? That's a lot worse. That's a lot worse. But it looked like Sting thought his plan through. Like it was a week of thinking. Could have got beaten up like a piñata. Darby Allin could have been killed because he was getting jumped by himself. And Ric Flair is 90 years old to throw punches. I don't understand any of their plans. Anyway, that was Dynamite this week. a show that I would only use in a paraphrase to say, a lot of rubbish.
Let's move into NXT.
But yet a good show.
Dragunov is in the ring. And he calls out Mello. Mello comes out, but he refuses to step in the ring until he sees a contract made up by Ava to make the match official.
Yep.
So that's the end of the segment.
No, Manny, no. Mello
No, I am refusing to acknowledge the security.
No, Manny, you gotta acknowledge it. It's part of the story. It's part of the story. Mello came out with security guys, Manny. I don't know what police department they're from. But the investigation goes on to all these corrupt police officers that are supposed as security guards for the WWE. So I now have an idea why Paul Heyman used the NYPD, because you don't know who you're hiring out there, and you can trust the NYPD to have your back. Just saying. And I'm sick of dragging up promos. I feel like he's just over the top in what he does.
He is. He's
just
very
all
over
of
the top.
Just all of it. Just like, get shut up.
So I'm not sure what's going to happen on Impact today, but this might be the final Black History Month classic of 2024, with Kalani Jordan taking on Kiana James
in the hardest match to call of the year.
The KJ match.
Do you know how many times Big Joseph and Booker T struggled to call the right person doing the right move? As much as I do everything. When I was like, is it Kalani or is it Kiana? Which one am I trying to say? They should never have wrestled.
I mean, Booker T had a harder time.
Yeah, he had a hard time to Big. But I understand where he got from. It was hard. It's hard. So, Kalani Jordan versus Kiana James. James versus Jordan, the dream match we've always wanted in the NBA.
Yep, and then Kiana James wins with the assist from Izzy Dame.
Yep. And I don't really have much to say about this match other than it happened, and I believe Kiana James is set up to be the new Natty of the WWE when Natty ever steps down. I feel like she fits that role perfect. As someone that's just going to be there. She may be all right in the ring, but ain't much there.
I mean, if Nikita Lyon gets her act together, she could be the new Natty.
Nah, she ain't ever doing that. She can't do Natty work. Natty can make somebody look good. Nikita can make you look worse.
Gallows and Anderson take on Malik Blade and Idris Enofe. Gallus and Anderson win.
Yep.
It was very meh.
Yeah. I thought this was a nice showing for Gallows and Anderson. Another loss from Malik Blade and whatever. But so it was a solid match. It wasn't really anything that I was like, oh my God, they're amazing. But no, it was there. In the Black History
they get a lot of TV time, Malik Blade and Idris Enofe. But realistically, they're just Amari Miller.
Yeah. Or Dante Chen.
Hey, Dante Chen. Dante Chen took his beating on SmackDown this time.
Yeah, I believe him and Bo are done lurking in the backgrounds. I believe at that point.
Chase U and Nathan Frazier and Axiom argue who gets Gallows and Anderson first for last week's attack. Then the LWO attack, leading to a brawl as the tag team champions look on.
Yep, this happened, and I'm assuming they're setting up fatal four-way of some kind for the number one contenders or something, which is going to be Gallows and Anderson.
Yeah, and then there's a match I didn't pay attention to because Roxanne Perez just really irritates me.
It starts with the music, Manny. It starts with the music. Who's her music hit? I go, it's the worst music in wrestling. It just sounds like that. I hate it.
Roxanne wins, but I couldn't tell you what happened in that match.
She landed. She won the crippler crossface. Who was she beefing? Was it Jakari Jackson?
Jakara, yeah.
Yeah. This is Jakari's first singles match.
Which is shocking how long she's been around.
Yes. When they said that, I went, you know what? I think they're right. In fact, I believe her tag match. years ago, or when she teamed with Lash Legend a few weeks ago in her tag match. May have been her first match period on TV, but she's been around forever. She took the loss, and I'm going to say this: my review of her in the ring would be, she's Carmella with 10 times less experience. That's my review.
Thea Hell explains Riley wants the old Thea. JC reminds her that the old Thea was a loser, and so is Fallon, which is backed up by Kiana James and Izzy Day.
Yes, that made me laugh. Kiana James just walks in and was like, "Hell yeah, Fallon's a loser. Let's get out of here." That made me laugh so hard. Fuck Fallon.
Fallon could be a natty. Fallon could be a natty.
Fallon could be a natty. But I feel like Fallon could be bigger than Natty. I feel like she could get to that Mickey James status of like, I'm almost there. I'm almost. Yeah.
So the Wolf Dogs run into Gallows and Anderson. What did you make of the exchange?
Well, first off, Baron Corbin has to get a spray painted jacket. I think that would just, although he denied wanting to do that, it's not the 90s anymore, but it would be cool. I thought the Wolf Dogs tore the Gallows and Anderson a new asshole, basically, and walked away.
They really did. When he brought up what AJ did to him on Raw, on SmackDown, I was like, ooh.
Yeah, that's the only thing I heard was funny. The only joke I heard was, I still hear AJ slapping you in the face, and I was like, yeah. That's the biggest thing they've done in years. So we're leading toward this stand to deliver.
So we move over, Marcus, to the asylum, where Luca Crucifino is taking on Dijak. They made Luca Crucifino look like something great.
Yeah, I want to apologize to you and Eric both, Manny. I think they need to leave the lawyer gimmick alone. They need to leave it alone. Because I don't know the guy. I don't know this man. But he wrestled this match. He had his, usual, dress shoes and dress shirt there. And I was like, you know what? He's actually competent in the ring. He's actually good. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just the gimmick. He can't be this gimmick. If you're a bad wrestler and have a gimmick of a lawyer, I'm okay with. But if you have the gimmick of a lawyer and I think you actually might have potential, it could be detrimental to your career. I think it's time to drop any lawyer things right away.
So the other question I now have, how did Gacy escape his imprisonment?
Well, man, he just opened the door. It was just a door.
Marcus,
it wasn't a real prison. Those walls are thin. You can run through them.
He was tied up in a what do you call it? Straight jacket. He then in a Perspex jail.
Yep. I imagine he ran through the glass, used the glass to cut the ropes to free himself, and then he walked to the ring. Whatever the case may be, maybe Ava let him go. It was like, oh, let Joe Gacy free.
And then Crucifino hits Dijak in the back with a crowbar as Gacy and Dijak fight to the back. And this continues as Ava screams.
Yeah, stop it! Stop it! It goes on for the rest of the night, and they announce later that they're going to have an asylum match next week. Whatever that means.
Lyra Valkyria informs Tatum following instructions last week, her reward is that they get a tag team title match against the Kabuki Warriors. And once they said that, Ridge was like, get the fuck out of the ring.
Yeah, it was like, is that the reward? Is that the reward? That's not where I thought this was going. I thought we were going to get lesbians. Damn it.
And then Ridge says stuff. And then we find out the identity of the mystery man is Sean Spears.
I mean,
why?
Yeah.
Why?
This is why NXT loses the week. This is why. You see, this is what happens. This is what happens. We started with this graphic or these vignettes about a month ago or so, and it was rumored to be anybody under the sun. Oh my God, it's Okada. Oh my God, it's Evil. Oh my God, it's Taylor Swift. Oh, it could be this person. It could be that. It could be that. When you tell me it's Sean Spears, it completely just deflated everything that I had and any momentum Dynamite had. And yes, Dynamite is riding on a high right now. WrestleMania. The Rock is coming up. They're selling out Arizona. Everything's going well. But there's a part of wrestling that died this week, which Sean Spears made his return to NXT. And the main issue I have with this, and the biggest rant, is that he came back as Sean Spears. Because one, he left WWE as Ty Dillinger. Perfect 10, man. He's a perfect 10. He comes back as Sean Spears. Like, he made a name for himself in AEW under the name Sean Spears. Like, people cared that he was the chairman. No one gave a shit about any of that. I cared more about Tully Blanchard walking out with you than you actually being in the ring. Sean Spears is a free agent that I forgot was a free agent. When he showed up, I went, oh, he was free? I forgot about that. Eric, who's going to probably touch on this on Saturday, said, well, you know what all this does? It gave him hope that the Iconics are coming back.
That's not coming true.
That's not the only hope.
I saw that comment. He left that comment on what I was like, why though? When on the mid covers, like, but the Iconics could be coming. They're not coming back.
Well, it was a tweet from Peyton Royce that does this first. She's like, home where we should be. And I was like, oh, maybe they are coming back. If the Icons come back, the Sean Spears re-signing will be worth it. Other than that, nothing about this is good. I hated him. I hated his suit he wore. And I feel like Nick Jackson mocked the suit he wore because, man, if you go to the thumbnail, they're wearing the exact same suit. The exact same pink colored suit without sleeves. It's the exact same one. I'm assuming it goes to the same person. This is a waste of time. This could have been QT Marshall showing up, and it would have been just as bad.
Where are we? Von Wagner versus Lexus King.
I would like to call Triple H and Shawn Michaels and report that, hey, if you're going to steal AEW talent, please get the good ones. Get the ones. Try to get us a Ketchka or something. Let's not bring in these Sean Spears and Lexus King. All I had was flashbacks of watching AEW Dark when I was in the middle of this NXT.
This match was bad.
This week, Lexus King was bad. I'm gonna say it.
No, you're not. You can't make the call. Eric has to make the call. This is Eric's tally. It's not yours. Eric's tally is the one that says whether he's good or bad.
Fine, we have to act Lexus King good or bad. But can I also add? You know how people gave Maxine Dupree shit. Yeah. I would rather watch Maxine Dupree wrestle than Von Wagner. I'd rather see her than Von Wagner. I feel she's a better wrestler, a better character, and have more personality. Von Wagner is nothing to me. He's nothing.
Gigi Dolan takes on Jada Parker. These two start arguing over who meets with Ava first. Jada says, I don't believe World Star mentioned you. I think World Star mentioned your ass, love, not you.
As Ava said, let's not bring World Star in this. Not today.
Why was she so dismissive of World Star?
Because World Star, man, whenever World Star is brought up, and it used to be more about just random fights that would happen in the street. World Star, yeah. And so I understand her. Let's not bring World Star into this. But Gigi was out of bounds here. Jada was in the ring. She was in the office first. She broke in, baby. And
because Ava was like, how'd you get in here?
Why not? If the door was open. You're out there running around with Joe Gacy and shit. Stay in your office. Do your job. But so this match happens.
What the fuck is Ariana's greatest point? Being a pacifist. Your job is a wrestler. Why are you being a pacifist?
Yeah, you can't do both. You can't do both. This match happens. I still put all my money in Jada Parker. I would sign her before Gigi Dolan, and I would fire OTM just as part of her contract.
Well, I don't know. You get to marry Gigi Dolan in WWE 2K24.
This is so stupid, but you know what? Why not? Why not?
Noam Dar takes on Charlie Dempsey in the Heritage Cup. Charlie wins 2-1. The first pinfall was actually pretty good.
Yeah. It was I thought there were parts of this match that was really good. But I did feel like, did they turn Noam Dar face this week? I feel like he turned face a little bit.
I feel like they did, but do you know Charlie Dempsey? I don't understand how he talks and how he's able to do it.
What, you mean physics?
Marcus, he talks with all his teeth like this, and then he's able to talk. It just feels like it hurts so much. Ow.
It probably does, Manny. It probably does. But it's a ventriloquist. He knows that you can't move your lips and teeth.
Then Mello and Dragunov have their face-to-face. Then they are interrupted by the Don. The Don goes, and then the security just decide to go.
Well, Mello threatens him with the security first. It says, if you say one more word, Don, or I'll have my security whoop your ass and escort you out. And then the Don says, that's the benefit of being, he said something about being the Don, and then they just all walk away. I thought that was a really badass moment. I'm like, oh shit. And this is why you hire suspended NYPD guys, Manny, because you know who they are. He hired these random guys that could easily be bought off, or they were already in the
Marcus,
family.
Let's not forget that suspended police officer got a chair thrown at him and then ended his life. Never been seen someone hit with a chair like that so far.
No, that's true. That man's dead. He should have stayed his suspended ass home.
Comes straight from the Sabu files.
and we dare call Sean Spears the chairman. Like Cody Rhodes clearly used that chair better than him.
And then Tony D basically insinuated that he wants a title match, which I don't think he deserves one at all.
No. What's he done?
I don't understand why he's finagling his way into this match. It just doesn't make any sense.
His biggest accomplishment has been in the past few months almost acquiring Chase U. Almost. He didn't even close the deal on that because of a calendar. A calendar, Manny.
Oh.
So he finagled himself into this match, and I don't think it's gonna go well for Tony D. Although he would be the one I think I'm rooting for to win the title of all of them. I think Dragunov can go somewhere, not like the hell or anything, but I mean, that's the way it came off. I realize that's the way that came off, but I meant like he can go to like somewhere to do a bigger match somewhere. Mello is already feel like he should be called up, but he's just still lingering here in NXT
because they still got to finish that trick stuff.
The Don has no place on the main roster right now with his shit, so give him the belt. I'm for that.
So that was NXT.
Yeah, they lose. They lose this week. They lose.
They both lose. They both lose. They both lose.
I'm going to give it to Dynamite. I'm not going to do it again. Both lose. Dynamite, as much as the sixth person was fine. It's just I didn't care about anybody. And then the rest of the show was there.
I'm not sure. I'm not giving it to any.
Yeah. The winner of the week, though, I'm going to say is 10 minutes of The Rock or whatever happened on Raw. Raw is number one, but it's Raw versus 10 minutes of The Rock this week. See where this goes.
I think Raw wins. I think Raw wins specifically because it's a security guard.
Yeah, the NYPD suspended. Again, I can't wait to form this YouTube channel to connect the dots of who they work for or what is going on here and how Heyman has his connect. This goes all the way back to his ECW days and running bingo halls and shit like that.
I really can't wait for that video because it's just him and a whiteboard. Him and a whiteboard and pictures of these guys.
Yes. All of them. We're going to get to the bottom of this, people. We're going to get to the bottom of it. I'm going straight to the Supreme Court with this one. I will make sure that we get rid of the corruption in the NYPD once and for all. It can't be this corrupt.
Why do you care about the corruption at NYPD like you're from there?
Well, Jamal's from New York. I care about the safety of Jamal. How you like that? I'm sure Jamal assisted me in this investigation. That's why there was no ETE this week. We were out there investigating what's going on in the streets of New York.
Both of you can't write. I've seen both of your handwriting.
Whatever. We don't need handwriting to write. We got artificial intelligence to do all that stuff for us now.
So yeah, that is this week's episode of the Untitled Manny and Marcus show, or the Kings of the Ropes.
By the way, if you want to know how much we cared about wrestling in a week, just pay attention to the list of the episodes. This is a 45-minute episode. We covered 2 shows. You can see how little we gave a fuck about any one of them.
It's not, and it has nothing to do that we have to do something else after this.
No. Dun, 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 dun! Levi is back in the chat.
What the fuck is the SFPD? That sounds
San
like
Francisco PD, Manny.
Nah, that sounds like a sexually transmitted disease.
Well, man, that comes from a guy that I think had way too many sexual transmitted diseases. If you thought that looked like a sexual oh man, I have a friend that had that. She told me I better wrap up, otherwise I have SFPD. Like that's some really bad shit right there. Burn your dick right off. It had to do with Diddy. Oh yeah, we can talk about Diddy, but I don't want to go into details. I'm so sick of billionaires. Every billionaire is disgusting. That's what I'm going to assume. That's where I'm at. Every single one of them are disgusting. Diddy, Vince, whoever. It just goes on and on. Billionaires are disgusting and gross, and I hate them all.
And on that note, we will see you this Saturday with the other disgusting pervert.
You know what? If Eric was a billionaire and all these allegations came out, I wouldn't do at least a John Cena statement at all. Just like, there ain't gonna be no statements for me. Be like, oh, I'm shocked. But I'm also gonna say,
yeah. So on that note, we will see you on Saturday. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't already. Peace.
NYPD will come for you, nigga.